Hey, beautiful people of the internet. I'm trying to come back. I'm trying to be more focused, getting things accomplished, but I've been dealing with burnout. This has been bad. It's been hard, but I wanted to share with you how I'm trying to get out of it and just kind of like what I'm working through. Sometimes I just don't want to, and I'm trying to get out of it, but we're gonna just chat about it a little bit and share like work days too, so come on. One of the things I'm doing is I split the star in 4 panels, so there's a 4th here, 4th there, 4th here, 4th here. I wanted to share when I really started feeling this burnout. I think I was panicking in the 2nd week of December about the work I needed to get done and everything that was expected of me. And right after I finished everything and got everything done, I ended up having dental work done and having to accomplish work while I was in excruciating pain. And I think that was what hit the wall and what caused me to go into a burnout. So this is what the design is looking like. So this is the 4th, that's the 4th. I hope you can see that. I may flip this so that this is on this opposite side. I had finished everybody, got everything accomplished. The work that I got on the dentistry got fixed, and it did something to my brain that I just couldn't do no more. Now, I thought that after Christmas and New Year's would come along, that when we entered January, I usually kind of get like a little bit more motivated and get excited about the new year. But the burnout went into January 2024. It kind of honestly took me by surprise that I was still feeling the way I felt in January, that I told myself that you need to just give yourself the whole time of January off. I literally was even considering taking the whole year off and not take any more work. Like, that's how bad the burnout was. I'm done. I don't want to do this no more. C'est la vie. I was really done. I don't know. But I needed that January. I'm on the 2nd row. And this has like 4 quarters. This is 1/4, this is the 4th. And then 2 of these is a half, right? So what I did is I did 2 repeats and 2 rows. I think sometimes your body, when it goes through something like that, is trying to say something to you. And I guess what I found is in this burnout, after I came back from my trip, I decided, you know what? You really need to sit down and figure out what you want to do in 2024. So if you're kind of wondering like what to do with a quilt like this, that's what I'm doing. I'll show you the design. And this is the design on this quilt. I love this design. Favorite. I have been managed by my children, by my husband, by my bills, by my life, by my family, I feel like I've been managed by, YouTube, the analytics, my clients, and nothing's wrong with that. I just feel that, sometimes you go down a road and people in your life grab you and then they turn you on the road they want you to go. And maybe that's not the road you wanted to go, but because you love them and because you care for them, you kind of just follow along. And I think that's been predominantly a big part of my life. And now I feel like I want to do something. I want to turn on the road that I want to, not the road someone's leading me to go. So we picked a gray thread beautiful. I just finished this one. I put that one on the long arm. Isn't that beautiful? And I need to trim this one. Hold on. So I've been really kind of giving myself permission to figure out, you know, sometimes you lose sight. What do you want? I got the laser so I can make long arm quilting rulers, and I have only made a handful of them because my business has managed me, which is great. I've made some decent money. I make a decent income. I'm not mad about it. But in that, I am doing what the business wants me to do. And it's kind of sad that I haven't been able to laser more. I spent a lot of time working my butt off to get that laser, and it's disheartening seeing it not being turned on all the time. Dogs are very entertaining. Another thing I want to do is I want to put one of my quilts on a quilt show. And I'm not saying I'm not taking clients' work, but what I want to do is manage it different to where I will take only an allotment of quilts, or clients' quilts, take a certain amount of them and quilt for a period of time, right? Long arm for maybe 3 weeks out of that month. And then one full week, the purpose of that one full week is to custom quilt something for myself. People will appreciate me a little bit. I also trim their fabric and their batting. Like just a smidge. This way I am satisfying like the life requirements, but at the same time I am also satisfying my dream. I want to live my dreams, not live everybody else's expectation. And I think the burnout is what kind of revealed to me. You're burned out because you need to do something for you. In a straight line. And then separate the batting from the back fabric. And everything that belongs to the client goes to the client. The client gives me thread, I give the client thread. If the client brings me a bag, I kind of messed up. I lost the bag from one of my clients. So I will provide a bag. I gave away one of my Jesus banners to one of my pastors, and I love her. And I already embroidered another one. And so one of the desires of my heart is to long arm quilt another Jesus banner. And now I kind of like have an idea of how different I want to quilt it. And I just want to do that. And do that for myself, you know what I mean? Let me show you how beautiful this quilt is. Isn't that beautiful? I want you to see the Joann's quilting thread. I don't know if you can see it. How beautiful it quilts. Some beautiful thread there, which I'm really okay. I guess sometimes I just don't get to do the things that I really want to do. And I think in 2024, I want to give myself permission to do that. I want to post more videos up here, but I want to post content that is interesting. I want to do live streaming. And the other day I did a live stream while I was paper piecing. I'll post it up here somewhere. And that was kind of neat to figure that out. I love to learn. I love to try new things. And I think one of the things the burnout has helped me is to wake that up again, to get excited about living again, to just kind of like not be so worn out because you're just doing everything for everybody else. And I'm not saying I'm not going to be quilting for my clients. I'm just saying I want to manage myself a lot better, and I'm not very good at that. I only took in one quilt this January, but I also told my client that I wasn't going to work on it in January. Just let her know ahead of time, like, I'm fine, I'll take it, I'll do the work, but I'm not going to work on it in January because this is what I want to do. And honestly, my client didn't care. She was okay with it. And so I came up here in February because I'm like, okay, it's not January anymore. You got to get out of this. And the day I was up here, I left the place a mess, and it was so overwhelming how messed up I left it. And it just revealed, like, I didn't want to do one more thing anymore up here. So I got up here, and I had a baby quilt that I got up here, and I just decided, you know what? Just start a quilt. And it wasn't my client's quilt. I didn't work on hers. I worked on a baby quilt that I'm sending to Dallas, and then I put another one on and I quilted that. And I gave myself the grace to go as slow as I wanted to be as peaceful as I could be, and just chill out about it and not be rushing myself constantly. I did a video of where I screwed up a quilt, and a lot of it, I feel so much pressure when I come up here that I have to finish 15 quilts this week, and I gotta go. And like that day, I'm like, you don't even have to finish this one. Just try. And I had to cut batting, and I put it on there and took my time. And it was so neat, just not putting pressure on me, that I finished 4 quilts without requiring it of myself, but just do something, anything. And the next day, I also came up here now to work on my client's quilt, and I said, all you need to do today is get the back fabric lined up and ready and make sure it's right, put it on the Longarm, and get it ready to be quilted tomorrow if you want. Giving myself permission to go slow when I'm the kind of person that just goes and goes and goes and goes. And I did finish my client's quilt, and it came out beautiful. But that's how I've been trying to get myself out of this burnout. And it's been hard because everything in me wants to do nothing. And I guess I'm really proud of the fact that last week I ended up finishing 7 quilts. And I just came up here to enjoy being in this space, quilting a quilt without the pressures that I put on myself. So every day I'm doing something that Lorena wants, and I'm giving myself the grace to let Lorena have it. And it's not a big deal. Like the other day I sat there watching birds, and I let myself watch them and enjoy them. Even though everybody wanted me to do something else. This weird, ugly burnout is the worst feeling you could feel. I didn't want to post videos. I didn't want to do anything other than pet my dogs. And it's okay, I guess. But I don't want to be there. I want to find ways to kind of not be there.